Hey everybody, it's Ja. This this video is not going to be completely fitness related. But I just wanted to talk on something that I just saw and that's weighing heavily on my heart and making me think. So on my way to the gym, I was driving and I had to go, like in our neighborhood, the street is really narrow and there's somebody who's double parked, so I had to go a different way. And I went down a street I usually don't go, and instead of turning, I just kept going down that street because I could turn up further or whatever. And I came to a stop and I crossed the intersection. And I'm like a people watcher. I have a tendency to really like look at the people around me or whatever. And I looked over and there was these two people in a car, a woman and a man, and I saw this woman in the passenger seat bent over a little bit, and she was shooting up. They were shooting up. If you don't know that terminology, people who use drugs intravenously, they make the drugs into a liquid form, they put it into a needle, and they put it in their arm, and it makes very potent drugs directly available to their bloodstream. It's felt pretty much immediately. People can shoot up all kinds of drugs, but it made me think of probably most definitely the saddest part of my life. So, those of you who don't know me well, and there's like a lot of people like, you know, recently, and they don't know my whole story, and those of you who are there and lived through it with me, my family and my friends, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of the people that I know that have battled addiction. And those of you who are suffering addiction, you do not have to suffer alone. You do not have to suffer in silence, and no addiction is less important, life-damaging, self-destructive than another. But it just made me think of seeing several people basically taking their own lives because there's a substance, whether it was food, with my dad, knowing he had diabetes and he shouldn't be eating the foods that he was eating, but not being able to stop himself. Or my mom, who looked at my face and told me she would promise to never do heroin again because she loved me and she was going to give it up. And then not seeing her or hearing from her for months, and then when I finally do, seeing her high as a kite. And I told her that I hated her and that she never loved me, because if she loved me, she would be able to give up the drugs if she loved me. That was a few days before she died. And that's when my personal addiction with food, I remember after she passed, because my mom was killed by my dad. But that's a whole nother story. Being told by the detectives what had happened, and somebody, I don't remember who, was in my grandma's apartment, asked me if I wanted anything to eat. I had spent the night in my pastor's house. Nobody was telling me what was going on. And I said, I could barely cry. I was like in shock. And I said I wanted a large turkey and cheese sub with tomatoes and onions, extra mayonnaise, sour cream and onion chips, and a 2-liter of Sprite. I was 13. They came back with it, and I sat there and ate and drank all of it. And that being the only thing in the whole world that made me feel okay at that moment. It's been like that since I was a kid. 9 years old, I baked myself a whole cake and ate it warm and unfrosted because I was sad. Food is an addiction, and it can kill you. Just as bad as heroin, cocaine. But if you're struggling with addiction, reach out to somebody. Reach out to your pastor. Reach out to your local organizations. Reach out to the welfare office. Like, do not be ashamed to say, I am struggling and I need help. I cannot, like, I am sick and dying of heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and they're giving me lists of things that I can't be putting into my body, but I can't stop smoking cigarettes, or I can't stop, my liver is dying and I can't stop drinking. Take that first step to say, I need help. I don't want to die. I love myself too much and I want to live. Because that's where it really comes down to. Doing anything, beating addictions, losing weight, persevering through life, you have to say to yourself that you love yourself so much that you don't want to die, and you want to do everything to live a good life because you love yourself and you love those around you and you don't want to hurt yourself anymore. That's a hard thing to do, to love yourself. But you can. It's just really hard. You have to fight. Every day, every second, every minute, every hour. It's always going to be a struggle. You have choices. You have choices. Like we teach our kids in the daycare. Are you, like, you want to make a good choice. It's as simple as making a good choice, a better choice. Making a better choice than what you're doing right now from this point on. Use that as a marker. Am I making a better choice for myself? And every day get better. But I just wanted to talk about that, get it off my chest, and thank you for listening. But I'm at the gym and I'm about to go work out, and remember that addiction is hard, and if you are one of those people that addiction takes before you are able to make the changes, those around them know that they did love you. They just needed more help in the right time. So, peace out. Bye.